Looky Like 360 here, back with Out of the Park Baseball 2021, and we are here with a new franchise series. This is going to be something a little different on my channel. It's going to be a dual franchise, so two teams, and it's going to be with two different people. I'm going to have Fish Game City, who's a good friend of mine, come on here, and he's going to be a team, which is not going to be revealed yet, but I am going to be the Giants, and I'm going to be Billy Bean, and we're going to take over this team and bring the Giants another decade of a couple World Series reigns, hopefully. So we'll see what we can do here with the Giants, starting off in the 2020 season. We will have the up-to-date rules with the rosters and all that. So stay tuned, because we might live stream occasionally this. But for the most part, it will be episodes. But definitely stay tuned on this channel. And guys, definitely go check out David Knight's channel, because I'm doing a dual franchise with him between the Astros and Nationals. And that's getting interesting because we're both really good teams at this point. So definitely check that out, David Knight's channel. Link will be in the description along with Fish Game City. So we're going to get things started here with the Giants. Take a look at our team and kind of see what we want to do. Plot our chances at making the playoffs. Obviously, the owner has crazy goal of signing Hunter Pence to an extension. I don't know if I really want to do that, considering he is like 37 years old. But he actually did have a good 2019 season, which I'm actually surprised about. I wasn't aware that he hit 297 with 18 home runs with the Rangers in 2019. So, yeah, maybe he'll be good. But he is 38, so I wonder how much money he wants. Whoa, $16 million. No, not happening. So the owner's going to be annoyed by that. But also we got to keep building our team up and reach the playoffs. So it's obviously the goal is to at least win 3 World Series. Basically repeat the success of the last decade that the Giants had, in 2010, 12, and 14. They were just unbelievable teams. And they had some real magic, Travis Ishikawa, Matt Cain, Tim Lincecum. I mean, their teams were loaded. Pablo Sandoval, Brandon Belt. I mean, they had amazing team. And they still do. They still have a pretty talented team. They still have Brandon Belt. They have Evan Longoria. They have Brandon Crawford. They have Buster Posey still. Yastrzemski is a really good right fielder. This guy is so underrated. I mean, look at those rookie stats there. 272 with 334 on base. 21 home runs in 107 games. He's not, like Mookie Betts quality, but he's a solid right fielder. And he's 29 years old. So, he's obviously our right fielder of the future. He's going to be here for a long time. Austin Slater's got some good potential. Hasn't really had a breakout season yet, though. But again, hasn't really had full playing time yet. Second base, we have Dubin, who's, okay. Again, not really having a full season yet. We don't really know what he can do for us. Now we get to the bad part of the Giants, and that's the pitching. I do like Tyler Rogers, Trevor Oaks, and Trevor Gott. Those are solid relievers of the future for this team. And then, you have Sam Concord, who's pretty decent, as well as Tony Watson, who's a solid lefty. But he's a closer right now, which we will change. We need to get a closer. But the rotation is very, very bad. Kevin Gausman's okay, but he's not great. Cueto has gone downhill, and he's only getting worse as he progresses in age. Jeff Samardzija, same story. Drew Smyly, same story again. Man, look at those numbers with Texas in the second half of 2019. 8.42 ERA in 13 games, 1-5. And Trevor Cahill, same story. They're just not... They're not getting any better as they get older. And this whole rotation needs to be changed out. We do have Tyler Beede, who is probably going to be our ace next year. He's out for 9 months, so he's going to miss this year. But I think he'll be our ace. And we do have some prospects that we can take a look at as well as some depth. First off, Sean Anderson, Tyler Anderson, Anderson Franco is an interesting piece. Further down the system, we have Tristan Beck, and we have Corey as well, Seth Corey, who's 21 years old. He could be up in a couple seasons. So we do have minor league depth in our minor league system. So we have the pitching depth that we need to kind of just fill in as we trade off the pieces and rebuild this team. This is definitely a rebuild season. Next year, I do want to contend, though. And speaking of contending, I think offensively, we're pretty solid right now. We don't have, like, big names, but we have some hitters that can drive in some runs and get some things going. So, I think we're just a couple pieces away offensively from really being a good lineup here. We have Buster Posey behind the plate, Tyler Hyman and Rob Brantley backing him up. We got Brandon Belt and Wilmer Flores. You got Dubin, of course, and Sanchez. Donovan Solano is a good piece as well. Very underrated Donovan Solano, 330 with 360 on base in 81 games. Not going to hit for power, but he'll get on base and get things going for you. A little speed as well. Evan Longoria at third, solid third baseman. People forget he's putting up some decent numbers in San Francisco. I mean, you got to remember that's not a hitter-friendly ballpark, and he's still putting up some good numbers at age 34. So hopefully he can continue that for us. Pablo Sandoval, who's kind of found a resurgence in his career. I mean, 268 with 14 home runs in 2019. Not too shabby. Can't complain there. Brandon Crawford, solid defensive shortstop. He's not going to hit for a high average, but he'll hit a couple home runs here and there, and he'll play good defense. Alex Dickerson, I love Alex Dickerson. He's a good left fielder, hits for average, not a lot of power again, but, good fourth outfielder. Hunter Pence, again, we went over him. Austin Slater. Steven Duggar, another prospect center fielder. Not a lot of playing time so far in his career, so we'll see what he does for us. Billy Hamilton, the speedster, he's going to steal a lot of bases for us. Gets on base. That's the key here, is that he can get on base. If he doesn't get on base, he's kind of useless. But if he gets on base for us, he'll be really good. And then Yastrzemski, he's our right fielder of the future for sure. So I'm really excited about this team, excited to rebuild it and make this team a contender in the NL West. This is going to be hard. We're facing off against the Padres, Dodgers, Rockies, and Diamondbacks. And obviously, Fish Game City is going to have different goals. So stay tuned. Next episode, we'll go over Fish Game City's team, which we will reveal next episode. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.